I'ma say JoJo, and I'ma say 327. Hello, 327. 623 with the wave is gone. I see y'all. Bye. Alright, JoJo, y'all keyed up, boy. Y'all locked my ear holes up. Y'all keyed up so hard, everybody locked my ear holes coming over here, down here in shaky ground. Hello to you, JoJo again, 623. Hello, lowriders, 623. Shaky ground is back quiet and gone. I see y'all. Bye.
In all the places that build the cars, they have to build a special vehicle just for California and their California emissions. Well, we got rid of all that. That's why our governor got all mad and raised the gas tax another 60 cents.
Who are you trying to talk with? Well, he keyed up to ask anybody had a comment on it. I don't know who he's trying to talk with.
Yeah, I got a good copy on you.
Yeah, well, I had to hook up my triple stage there, no doubt about it. Come on.
Fine.
Hello, Big Al. I'm gonna wave my hand and say hello to you right back. Homeboy down in the mag, 623, waving, breaker. Well, you putting so much out there. You better turn some of that stuff down. Hey, you better turn some of that stuff down coming up out that mag. Put it on your loader. Hey, Big Al, 623 waving, and I'm gone.
Yeah, you better keep it down. I'm going to put some of your water on. I'm just standing by. If they try to keep you, tell them I'm standing by. 327 by you, where you got that?
Hello, 327. I'm gonna say hello to you, man, my friend. 327 Bayou Country. I'm gonna say hello, slide right up. In the band.
8623. Water pipe just went up to me. Getting down. Got down. Hey, Popcorn, you doing your thing, brother. I guarantee you, it's your radio show. Well, it's on there. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Popcorn, Peter, cheers, they're Papa.
Get it right.
radio, turn radio, man. You're sounding super good out there. And I guarantee Moto, yeah, you can't do it no better way. Worldwide, Mr. Popcorn, while you walk in your wine fields or they walk in the bayou country way, then I'm getting out.
April 22, 612 in Alabama, getting on down. A machine or somewhere wrong. I was going to buy another piece, and they want $200 for this crazy barrel to go on. So we're doing it again. It don't cost that much to me, that part.
Turn around, you popcorn. Well, I don't want Mother Nature to catch me looking, but I'm going to tell you, see if I can ease under that skirt. On top side of this bayou country, I'm easing back.
We stand up, huh? Hey, because I ain't on radio like I ain't on 520 radio.
Max had done something, and it ended up being him. He walked away and come back later on and saw it was still keyed up. Burned everything up in it, probably.
He ain't got no, he cannot get maybe. Give them to you.
Roger, yeah. Don't smoke and catch fire and everything else there, I guess, sometimes.
Well, that thing popped, and it popped out. It made me jump, so now the sheriff's scared me.
Blowed something, didn't it?
Yeah, 10-4.
Did you get it fixed, or you just throw it away?
Put some.
They didn't get rid of it, trading it off.
My brother-in-law, he reached over in the food barrel one night to feed his dogs, and his son bit his ass.
It popped like a shotgun. I sat here right beside me. I'm about ready to grab the fire extinguisher. Didn't see no smoke, just seen a little black dust. Smelled dust come out of it.
That'll scare you on it.
Bacteria.
Yeah, it did.
They said they don't don't have no rabies or nothing, so just keep it clean and keep them out.
Well, before he bought this place, and I turned the amp on, let it warm up. I thought it did, and I flipped it in the, on position, whatever you want to call it. I keyed that D104, and that thing went pow, and like a shotgun. What do you think? What?
He had to go change his underwear.
Shit, years ago, hell, that's been 20 years ago, always set a bag of trash on the back deck. I done gone on the bed. I could hear.
Well, you know, Rocky Ridge.
Didn't have no air conditioner going or whatever. I could hear something rolling around. God damn it, cats out there fucking with it. That got in there. I stepped through the back door. Hell, a skunk was playing with the damn tin can. And I just stepped back in there and it waddled on off. It didn't spray either. That time either. So just gotta be careful with them. But hell, the cats were running all around it.
Where at? Oh, will you still be close by?
I ain't gonna threaten him, but I hate like hell to step on it. Yes, sir.
One place, me and my old brother down I guess he got it for a joke, but he told me go and pick it up, getting up. I picked it up, had it, everything else, and the horse kind of shied a little bit. Dropped it, that sucked well for me. And I guarantee you, Mama must have used 5 gallons of tomato juice out by the well pump Of course, you let me in the house.
Yeah, they say that's been knock a cent down off it. I think it's handle too.
Yeah, well, it didn't saw you. I will, but it was out in the yard. But carrying on, shooting at one another. You can take kitchen matters and light my candles up and a sofa in the kitchen. That's what I got.
10-4.
That's got a lot of excess garbage we can get to.
Right. Oh, man, you probably could call out.
Hey, I can't get to.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember all that happened.
So I was writing everything about that first guy that went in space.
I can barely hear him. I can't wait to get my dinner up. I'm going to get more. On top of us this morning.
We'll get used to it. You still got
Our crumbs can got we can have breakfast. They eat, man. Whip them all, let's see.
Come on. You got it up too loud?
Be ready. You know, we got that 16-foot 2x4 with the V cut in it. We got to drop that single foot down. Without hurting it. I hear you. Yeah, but you know how that is, man. Ain't nothing but a thing. Yeah, no. After the flood, they watched my whole thing come down at 45. From 45 degrees all the way down, we just went split freaking second. Oh, you cut it down, or?
How's your day been, Teddy Bear?
People out there, I thought they knew what they were doing. To look over the top. They didn't go around the tree, they just went back. Yeah, exactly. I'll make a U out of it. Yep.
I just hold the 20 minutes quieter and it don't make that
I wish you'd have burnt your fingers off, you little fucker. Look, you gotta have gloves on. Look, you can. Point. Oh, it is. One. Hey, let go. We said it's up and down. Oh, man, you do it. You get it. Twist them out like that, man. Hey, how do I do it? I get down. I'm painting my thing. I'm gonna stick it all the way up, push it up. That's right, you know. Oh, yeah, people. Where'd everybody go? Oh, yeah. Well, you still in here. Hey, good watch. Take your time. Yeah, what's going on, brother? Ain't much to it. Maybe just get some birds on the grill on this old radio. Oh, yeah. Oh, we only got a creek, but then I went to, then my cove, we're talking cove. Yeah, months and months. But, you gotta eat them all up, you know, you gotta go on. You gotta go on the show. Play up to my 300. Yeah, 300. Great. It was real noisy when I pushed it up. And I heard you in Code Shop talking about you had to do something with it. Yeah, I ain't done nothing to it yet, but it done quieting down now. I'll be darned, I wonder what happened. You know, it's crazy. I read up on it, they got like 5 different safety delays on the highway on this thing. They know the same one. Like 15, 20 minutes, and I look up and I look at the gauge. Yeah, if you know what I'm talking, the thing kicked on, it got like a 12.5 now. And the high line adjustment thing with no load on it is 12.5. One way back. Yeah. I bet they go to the like yeah, I got my 100 amps, they back here, they're not tied together yet, but they already said 14.1. That's what I'm looking at, from the 8 deal. But this thing now at 13.8, I'm talking like, How old are you?
how you feel, okay? It's not this little thing. Watch, I'm gonna show you. Like you got
Not well, I did for a minute. I'm back.
Oh, that's 18 you want to already get off it.
Yeah, we made it back. Oh boy, called me. Talk to him.
The one in service?
No, the one up there. He worked down there this week. He worked down there pretty much every week.
It sounds the same, though.
He's doing good back in New York now, so he's doing good. He definitely dying this week. I guess he's been busy. He usually calls me, but they got a lot going on, I think. Yeah, he ain't gonna do that well hard. I keep him busy pretty much. And he's, messing some girl over there. You know how it is.
Feels not hot. Needs a power supply.
He's back in the United States anyhow. Yeah. Weekend, just about every weekend. He's obviously seeing some bossy girl. I said, you better even get along now. I can go and see for a little while. Yeah, he was pulled over here.
I think I'm talking about 300 right there. That's
right out of here.
and the driver's off.
Okay, like when you're dead key, you right at my strawberry patch, but you going back a little bit, like a speed.
I'll be down. Everything will be.
Yeah, man, I saw this,
Wow, it could be close. Yeah, people are wide open, does the same thing, get back up and you do that. Alright, the driver going into it. And I'm going to right side 12 o'clock, I'm going to get it close.
you got your deputy.
He's the greatest thing on the side of the side. Oh yeah, he's a big old boy now.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm just telling you, you had to, strawberry patch when you key down, but your needle's coming back about a 16.
Back on here now. Dang, man, I wasn't up there.
With you, bro.
Yeah, but that's just bad
Dang.
Yeah, Chief, you want to turn up, you want it around west before what's the name of the show?
Oh yeah, that's what I got. So, this thing now,
all over again. Somebody come out the what before I got out. there's the hog in the room. I just wonder if that thing is so built up with lime and corrosion inside that the elements are not efficiently heating the water or just throwing it away. Since it's electric, I got it insulated to the nines. I packed that whole cubby hole full of insulation. Not losing any heat out there.
And people shouldn't celebrate deaths. I don't know what the heck's going on, man. I have a lot to say about it, but I'm not gonna say it here. There's intentional divide and conquer going on with the rich, evil people.
Tango, good evening, sir, and welcome to the net.
But back then, electric was cheap, and I figured electric is a lot safer than the old flame or anything. I thought it was safer, so I put electric in. And it wasn't bad, because it wasn't that expensive back then. It's now. Yeah, and if I did anything at all, I would go to as we talked about before, a tankless, which is also a direct event item I can put in.
UK1, UKD, go ahead and make your call.
Sure, yeah.
Got 26 years. And I miss it. Yeah. I miss the hustle. I won't lie to you about that, but it is good to be home. Copy?
Yes. Back to net control. Kilo Oscar 6, Hotel Romeo November.
Just wanted to call and say that your signal and audio is fantastic.
Stopping by, nobody's being irregular. Next on the list, KO6KHW. Good evening.
You also come loud and clear, beautiful. You got beautiful audio. You said you with Elliot. All right, so I'm going to stand by. I got just a few things over here before it gets too late for me to go to bed very soon. So 73 for now. John, Elliot, 73. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you some other time. This is Whiskey Delta 2 Sierra. Will be QRC at the final. 73. God bless. Things are not quite like I probably would want them to be, but you know, it is what it is. But I'll be on the side here for a little bit. CC2 up in New York.
Speaking to a couple of new hams over the past week, so it's good to hear you guys out there. Hope to hear you more. I noticed that the latest Papa email now has San Fernando Valley breakfast on October 11th. So I signed up for that one on October 11th. Hope to see new and old hams there. And back to their control, KC6WTN.
You're there, K2UOZ. Come on back. This is the CB guy. And but I didn't get my license until about around the 1st of April this year. So I went and got my technician license, got that, came home, studied for my general, got my general. So that's what I have now. Would love to get into HF, but where I'm at in the neighborhood I live in, I can't put a big antenna up. I would like to, but I can't. So DMR is my HF right now. Copy.
Hey, and, I made a comment. I was on a local repeater. No, this is the last field day. They said about you go out field day. I said, negatory, I gotta work. And the guy made a coffee and comment, well, I feel like something from one of other bands. I thought a lot of people got started TV. I didn't see what the big negative connotation of it is, but like you said, you started it, and I know I started in it, and probably the majority of the hams started in it too. My son's gonna do the cooling system, and then hurry up and wait for a transport, which is unknown. Back to you, Peter.
I believe the kilowatt hour rate is 11 cents. Kilowatt hour, but there's all the distribution charges, infrastructure improvement charges, solar compliance charges. We're all paying for that. You'd have to, to a bill like mine, you could easily add $100 in those kind of fees and junk.
I wanted to get my ham radio license, but you know, work, life, home, job, marriage, all that stuff played a part. Stepping up and doing the, as helping run the luncheon. I always want to say breakfast, but also getting your VE. You're a Glarg VE now, and you're helping with the tests when the help is needed. And so just wanted to give you a shout out. And thanks for taking my recheck. KD6LLV, back to net.
The windshield, that's what the customer pays, bottom line. Well, all-in pricing for electrical should be mandatory as well, where we don't care what your fees are. You just add them to the kilowatt hour charge and let us know what we're actually paying for the electricity all in. Stop this phony baloney fees and charges and distribution and this and that and pension charges and all this crap. Put it all in pricing. You'd probably be around 40 cents a kilowatt hour at the end of the day.
I just wanted to check in, get my name in the log, say hi to all the new hams, and just make sure I'm still I guess. Anyway, with that, back to the net. Thanks for doing it.
Line back in the day, 30,000. I had a Bitcoin in Robinhood. I took it out and got a cashier's check. Blah blah blah. And we all know where Bitcoin is right now, so that's a very expensive Can-Am.
The amount of electricity users carry over their wires. And, the PUC is supposed to be on our side, but I think you're biased towards the capitulating side too, gas and everybody else. They've eliminated all these damn fees. It's all laid out. I mean, on the bill, it's plain as day. This is your charge for the electricity you use. This is your charge for distribution and delivery. Down the line, this is a tax for this is state first sales receipt tax, yada yada. I mean, you know exactly what you're writing. You can see it. Doesn't make it any more fair.
The wars I've gone all around the country on just a little bit of wire and good timing. So I'm sure you find some sort of kind of get you out there.
These combined, it was that way at one time back in the 70s. I remember the bills, in the 80s and whatnot. There were no additional fees, no distribution fees. These are all almost like fictional fees to try to get more money out of you. They're not telling you how much the electricity really costs because they're making it look good on paper. You're paying 11 cents a kilowatt hour. You're not. You're paying close to 30, but they're delving it up and playing a shell game with you on the true cost of your energy. And that's not right. If they did it over here in this country for the price of a second-hand vehicle, why can't they do it on your utility bill and stop the insanity in the BS? Put it all in one price. Let us know. This is the cost per kilowatt hour to get it into your house.
Recall for calling CQ and not have to wear out your vocal cords there just to get a contact.
Next on the list, Alpha Bravo 6, Mike Bravo. Jeff, good evening.
But nice talking to you, Eric. I'll be here listening. I'm gonna watch some TV there, man. And say 73, Roger. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm using a Anytone 878 handheld, and I don't have any DMR repeaters that are nearby, so I'm going through a hotspot. And so far, it's working okay.
Everybody else talk. So have a good night. 73 Peter. 73 everybody else listening. Peace out.
Any other questions that you have about antennas? Because that's the time we have set up especially for you. So once again, we have a lot of a good pool of guys that know antennas, forwards and backwards, and we love to answer new ham questions because boy, they have really sparked some good discussions and good responses. So we just really enjoy the new hams. So once again, that's on Friday nights at 7 p.m. And thank you very much for doing it at AB6MB.
So only the person who will run out there buying the newest and bestest.
And that as well. All right, this is Gilbert, KK6YPX, and this is the Papa System Wednesday Night New Hams Nets. Next on the list, KO6KLN. Good evening and welcome to the net. Good evening. This is Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Lima November. My name is Josh, and I'm a new ham, and I'm just checking in the new hams net. I'm connecting via Papa 22 on Pleasant's Peak. Don't really have a lot to add, but thank you for hosting the net, and I'm happy to be a part.
We'll dig a little deeper. We'll come into something else. So what you got going on for the rest of the week, Eric?
All right, that is the bottom of this list. So let's take some more check-ins. Anyone, anywhere? Call sign phonetically and your first name. Please come now. What about Eric? Get rid of tires. I didn't line. I spoke at 9 o'clock. People down there lined up 5, 6 in the morning. I got there around 8. I was 2 blocks away. And of course, they got one semi to throw. That's all they were going to take. And of course, it got filled before I got there, all 3 years in a row. So I wasn't able to get rid of my tires. And they did the same thing with electronics. Electronics, especially computers and keyboards and monitors and full television sets, stuff like that. Same deal. Check showed up before I got anywhere in there. They're just bad. Bad city. This is very
Copy that. So you got the 991. Have you made any long distance QSOs with it since you've had it?
So today, I took a trailer load of garbage. It was typical garbage. 4x8 trailer, not filled. It may be filled. It's 18 inches with stuff. Probably weighed, 300 pounds worth of garbage. Cost me $30 to drop it off. I had 4 fluorescent tubes and a 5-liter or 4-quart jug of oil, used motor oil to drop off. That's all free. I'm charging for that. If I had tires, they take tires all day long. There's no limit. Unless, of course, you can't go into the dealer and bring in 50 tires. But if you I brought in 10 tires at a time, no problem. They say put them in the bin over there. When the bin gets full, they bring an empty one. And if that bin gets full, they bring another empty one. There's no limit. They're not telling you when the bin is full, you can't bring any more. You could bring tires there from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m., any hazardous waste day, and they're guaranteed to take them. I can't believe they do that in Pennsylvania with you guys. Tell you when the truck's full, there's no more. That doesn't seem right. You come back with your call sign, and then the mic is yours.
300. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Kurt. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it was good talking to you. I appreciate the cue, so I pray you have a blessed evening. This is KR4 DJ Y, back to you.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate you stopping by and just confirming AD Alpha Delta 4 Alpha Lima. Thank you for giving me that back. All right, next on the list, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Papa Zulu. Danny, good evening.
Good evening, it's Andy. But thank you for doing that. Thanks. I'm in a new location. I'm trying to hit upper repeater, and I'm not in a very good spot. But appreciate listening. Thank you for doing that. Back to you.
Please are there when we need them. So, like I say, they decided at one point in time to charge you $3 per tire for the recycle fee. And people were throwing tires out the country road in the middle of the night. In the morning, you drive and you see tires there because people didn't want to pay. So they decided to do it different way. They decided to charge $3 per tire when you buy them brand new as an environmental fee, but then accept them at the landfill at no charge. So then there was no incentive to dispose of them illegitimately. You would take them to the landfill. So that's how it's set up now, and it seems to be working pretty good. But yeah, they guarantee it's not like you like what you're describing. You bring 5 tires you want to get rid of, and they say, sorry, the truck's full. No, that doesn't happen here. The truck's never full. They'll always take them.
Kilo number 4 Echo Papa Delta. Kilo number 4 Echo Papa Delta. Sir, this is N9WFT calling.
Okay, I'm feeling good now. The tires are worn out. You want to get rid of them and get new ones. But did you buy them here? No. Sorry, $3 a tire to get rid of them. Or if you took part of there, do you have your receipt? No. Well, then it's $3 a tire to get rid of them. Or you can wait for the city to single truckload. Hope you get them in. Please come with your call sign phonetically and your first name. Please come now. May not be statewide, it may be city, but that's not a real reliable way to, take them in for recycling. Well, anyway, I got to hit the factory. I got to be up in the morning, but boy, did I ever blow my stack when I saw what that king did to Jimmy Kimmel. And it's looking like Putin the way he's doing things. Anybody that doesn't agree with him politically, he's going after, and now he's going after, people in the media and so on. And like the one news group said, their people don't say anything about him for fear he's going to come after them with massive lawsuits if they happen to say something he doesn't like. That's not a free country. Something's really, really wrong.
3 now? Is it Yankee Delta 3 Bravo, Romeo Bravo? Or is it a golf in there, Jody?
Did catch up a little bit and had a really good time at the Sizzler and met a lot of new people that I hadn't seen before. So we had a great day, and the salad bar was pretty good. The blue cheese dressing was really good. So I liked that, and then they brought a big basket of garlic bread, so that was really good too. And I just wanted to say maybe we'll see you at the next Lulu's or something, or Fiesta, and look forward to seeing your wife sometime with you, and I'd love to see her again. I think it's been a while since, it was probably a couple Fiestas ago. Okay, thanks for doing it. For the second half, Gilbert, I got to get back on that second half in a couple of weeks or so. And so I'll let you go and take some more check-ins. And 7-3 Gilbert.
Alright, so, you know, if you have a microwave oven or something, it goes in the recycle it, so you don't pay for it. So we're, you know, maybe we're a little better on some things, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, Lee, but you take care, and we'll chat tomorrow. And 3 of you, Pete, 3 of them. WA6 JFK, Brian, good evening.
90%. So that was pretty good. So I will keep trying. Hopefully I can upgrade to extra class in the near future. Dodie, I can't wait to log you under the new call sign. My current time here is 9:52 p.m. My current temperature is 20 degrees. I will tell you that I did get one parts on the air station. Well, it was one operator. He was activating 3 parts. So I should be up to about 1,357 parts. I am very pleased to hear you, my friend. Always love to hear you keeping Indonesia on the map. And very, very good job, sir. Yankee Charlie 3, Bravo, Romeo Bravo, N9 at WFT. I will write your call down a couple times so I can learn it thorough.
38. Like I don't get to talk to you too much other than simplex exercise and on the net. We'll have to get together soon. But meanwhile, big round of applause for all those that are recently licensed. Spent all that time and effort. A couple things that pass on to me of encouragement was to keep on going, at least while the juices are flowing and you're in study mode. Let's go ahead and get that general out of the way, step it up a little bit, and remember that it's not the class of the operator that holds the license, but the class of the operator that matters. So there you go. Have fun in the hobby and remember the words of Pythagoras. Be silent lest thy words improve on silence. Which is meaning, get out there, be who you are, say what you mean what you say. If this is a hobby where we meet people all over the world, we don't see eye to eye or face to face, but your voice is being heard all over. You pick up that mic and you are on the stage. So there you go. Congratulations once again, all the new hams. This is Kilo 4 Hotel Delta, back to net control. I mean, good words of encouragement. And yeah, hope to catch up with you soon. Maybe at one of the meetings here in the near future. All right, I am at the bottom of the list. Let's take another round of check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, any mode? Please give me your call sign phonetically and your first name. Please come now.
Texas. Every time I want to start singing Amarillo by morning. Mr. Marcus, I got to tell you, hey, you know what? Your audio was fantastic. It's a good day here. I'm very pleased that I got to diddle around on 20 meters a little bit, and I got a Parks on the Air 3-fer. Brought me up a little bit. Not quite up to 1,360 parks yet, but I'm working on it. I don't get the next award until 1,500, so go figure. But Marcus, you're sounding real good here in central Illinois. I live in El Paso, Illinois, Woodford County. Population, man, I had to look it up. Let's say somewhere around 2,800. I'm looking at about 68 degrees, and it's a good day. Sure, I'm glad to hear you, my friend. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Whiskey Foxtrot X-Ray, N9 WFT, back to you, my friend. On WFT, very good, my friend, very good. I'm not currently in Amarillo, Texas. I pulled ship and went back home to my house here in Raton, New Mexico. Raton, New Mexico. It's nice and cool here, about 50-something degrees, and I'm liking it. Back home, Kilowatt, Fox 5, Whiskey, Fox X-Ray, back to N9, WFT. Lucky yours on 91.
Hey, LV, welcome to the net.
Oh, no. Anywho, back in New Mexico. You know what? Now, when I was a kid, there was a movie, right? And it was still black and white before they enhanced it in color, and it was called The Wizard of Oz. And you know what? Oh, girl in there, you know what she said, right? There's no place like home, right? Yeah, roger that. There's no place like home. I'm currently gainfully unemployed, but that'll be all right. Just glad to be home. I get my power up, and everything is good. Life is good here in northern New Mexico. KF5 WFX. Back to you, my friend.
Roll, Virginia. Mayor Fredericksburg, Virginia. Full Star. Welcome to New Hams. Stay radioactive out there. You found a good group with the proper system. Friends I've made out that way when I was traveling. So welcome and have a good time. Stay radioactive. This KF4 P2H back to net.
Actually, my reimbursement is I get to live in the house. So I guess I do get paid in a way. You know what? You're sounding good. You seem to be in good spirits. I'm very, very glad that you got that tower up. Hey, man, tell me about that tower. What kind of tower you got? Is it like Rome 25 or something? Or how many feet you got? And give me all the details on that thing, man. KF5 WFX N9 WFT.
Turned the radio on about 5 minutes ago, so I haven't a clue what was going on tonight. But welcome to the new hands. And like Ron just said, it's a great hobby. I'll pass it back to you, Gilbert. Thanks for doing it again. Do you think PK expected at control?
Yeah, by the end of October, I'll have my power up. And I'll put that tower up there, and I'll be sitting at a clear, cool 7,000 feet in the sky. You know what? That'd be great. That'd be great. KF5WFX N9WFT. Well, hey, do you work 2 meters and 440? Or let me know if you work HF. You know what it probably says on your page, but I hurry up and logged it, and I'll have to look at it again. Do you have a 10-seater work? I don't know, 2 meters or 440, or do you get out there and work on real RF? In addition to this VOIP there, over.
HK, Steven. Well, thanks, Steven. Appreciate the kind words, and it's good to hear from you. And keep coming back. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try this one more time. W6 Alpha Lima Bravo. Welcome to the net.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get my power up and find a job over here and living in a cardboard box. Back to you. I would not say that you're just a technician. I would say that you are a technician. You know what? You're out there. You're doing your thing. You know, right now we got us through. You know, we got technician, we got general, and we got extra. And you know what? It don't matter. It's not the operator class that matters, my dear friend. It's the class of the operator. And I will tell you, my friend, you got some class, Roger. Yeah, I appreciate that, my friend.
Don't really see a reason to upgrade my license yet. Technician is 65. That's all I need to do, and then some. Back to you. KF5 at WFX, Grandmaster 91.
Indicating through the pump system. Over.
N9WFT. You know what? I'm glad that you're back home in November, Mike, also known as Northern New Mexico. You know what? Old Dorothy was saying there's no place like home, and I believe that's right. You know what? I've been here and there, but I'm back to where, I was raised. I was born in Bloomington, but I was reared and raised in El Paso, Illinois, here in eastern Woodford County. And you know what? It's a little redneck, rural town. We've got a lot of farms around us. We still say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. We still open the doors for the women, and we still see them at the table. These things are starting to pass away, my friend. Well, hey, you know what, mister? I did log you in the log here, and I will tell you I'm going to be quiet and try to share. Mama told me I need to share my toys, and I kind of consider the Talk Room 91 one of my big toys. my dear friend, hey, man, thank you for the call, and I will work you down the log, buddy. Kilo Foxtrot number 5, Whiskey Fox X-Ray. N9WFT, don't forget you got a friend over here in Central Illinois. 73 there, buddy. God bless.
Thank you for the information and hope to communicate more frequently than this first time around. Over.
I didn't really want to come home this early. I needed to stay back in Amarillo for about 3 more years, but yeah, I had a tinge tantrum, and well, there you have it. So we'll say 73s to you. Have a good one, my friend. N9WFT 73s from KF5 WFX. Bye. Cheers and beers.
Loud and clear. Yeah.
God bless you, young man. N9WFT listening.
5x9. What kind of radio or programming have you been working on?
Got 2. W6 ALB. Good evening and welcome to the net.
Does 70 centimeters, so my plan was to set it up with the open GD77, but I didn't realize it doesn't do that, so I'm working with the native CPS software, which is a bit clunky, but I'm glad I'm slowly figuring it out. Back to you, N7HUV, this is W7FWH.
This is Andrew. Thanks for letting me check in this evening, and back to net control. Thank you, Gilbert. W6LB, clear.
For Delta Juliet Yankee N9WFT. Hey, thank you for the call, my friend. You got great audio here in El Paso, Illinois. You know what? I think we've talked a couple times. Sir, I don't have you pulled up there yet, but I will wind up logging you on the QRZ. But you know what? All is good. Radio here, 1701. Bullping 1701. I was listening to 20, but it was a little bit noisy. I was having some problems getting into one of my favorite repeaters, so I did go over and talk on the other repeater. So, you know what? Hey,
Good night, my friend. N7HUV. This is W7FWH. Have a good night.
Visiting my daughter up in Idaho, just moved up there, and then my son's out in Texas, and have the opportunity to participate in some of those nets, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of neat to see how everybody has just a little twist and difference in their formats, but overall it's been a lot of fun and very welcoming no matter which base I've been at. So back to net control, KO6GWR.
Well, you know what, brother? I will tell you what. Listen, man. Anytime I'm on the green side of the grass, the green side of the side, well, you know what? whatever you want to call it. It's a good day. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. Look, I got 3 hops in a cot. That means, you know what? Got a place to live. I got 3 hot meals. Shoot. I can talk on GMR 91. I can talk on 2 meter FM. You know what? I can I can talk on 10, 15, and 20 meters. I gotta get in there and fix that roller induction tuning on my indoor antenna, because that roller induction tuning has got some oxidation, and I can't get out there on 40. Now my HF antenna, sir, it's the MFJ 1621. That's supposed to work 10 through 40, but I got to get that fixed. But you know what? Otherwise, everything is good. Everything is good. Okay, so you're there in North Carolina. I don't have you pulled up yet. Hey, can I get your name and your city there, or your town in North Carolina? And what are some of your favorite amateur radio activities, my friend, and WFT?
Victor, back to you. In WFT, KR4 DJY. I've only had my license since April. Got my technician license, and went back 2 months later, got my general. And would love to get into HF. However, I don't have any space to put up an antenna. Right now, I definitely can't afford a radio. So DMR has been my savior. This is like being on HF for me. So I'm just enjoying the moment.
That 535 is the simplex exercise. Let me reset.
Now listen, is it Derek? Is it Derek there in Wilmington, North Carolina? I think. You know what? I will get you logged, and I think. I'm seeing it a little bit. I think maybe you one time was active on CB radio, and I was too. There ain't nothing the matter with it. I cut my radio teeth on CB radio, 11 meters on AM and single sideband. I will tell you that many years ago there was a CB club here in town. We were active on channel 23 AM, you know what, and we kind of had a neighborhood watch, and it was our local talk around channel. Then I belonged to some relatively local 11 meter clubs, and then in 1994 I upgraded to a technician, and in 2004 upgraded to general class. And that's the story. That's the story, dear. Go ahead.
Somehow, yeah, it's pretty rudimentary, but hey, it sounds great and it works, and yeah, nice to make a bunch of contacts tonight. K9DTE, and I believe that was KK7VFZ. This is W7FWH.
W6ALD, Andrew, you're still on frequency. This is 84AL.
I will tell you that this year I'm celebrating my 31st year. My 31st year as a licensed ham radio operator. Age here is 62. So anyway, which tells you I was 31 years old when I got my technician class. Now I've been playing in the different aspects of radio since I was 8 years old. First radio that I ever built was an old school Radio Shack AM band receiver. You know, it would start around 520, and I think it goes up to like 1700 right now. But man, yeah, that was my first radio. I've been playing radio since I was 8 years old, and age here is 62, and I just can't get enough of it. Now, I will tell you, it was very active as a shortwave listener years and years ago. My first shortwave receiver was a realistic Radio Shack DX440, and I would listen to shortwave broadcaster from all over the world. But I will tell you, sir, my favorite international broadcaster was HCJB out of Quito, Ecuador. I will tell you that I have a tendency to listen to a few of the U.S. shortwave broadcasters now, brother. I listen to WWCR, that's Worldwide Christian Radio, Nashville, Tennessee on 4840. Listen to WBCQ on 7490 from Monticello, Maine. And I listen to WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida. So we'll get it back to you, my friend, N9WFT.
N9WFT, KR4DJY. Sounds good. Sounds very good. Oh, man, I appreciate the cue. So it seems like I learned so much from some of you guys on DMR. Uh, we've got a lot of VHF repeaters here in North Carolina, in Wilmington, where I am, but not a lot of DMR. So what I'm doing is I'm using a Anytone 878 through a hotspot, and so far so good. It's been working well. No complaints, and I'm enjoying talking to and meeting everyone. Over.
Indeed, my friend. Kilo Romeo number 4, Delta Juliet Yankee N9 WFT. Well, you know what? Congratulations on that, General. I've been a general. I got my general class in 2007. Backtrack a little bit. I got my technician in 1994, and it just so happens that I'm a good friend of the radio club I'm a member of. I'm a member of the W9UVI Peoria Area Amateur Radio Club. Good friends with the vice president, and he came over, and he brought me an extra class study manual. It's good from 2024 to 2028, and I just went through the first lesson in it. There's 30 lessons, and it's got everything. You know what? Rules, regulations, frequencies, antennas, all this and that. So I read the theory on the very, very first chapter. I got 90%. There was 10 questions, so that tells you that I got 9 right and I missed 1. But the question I missed was about the 630 and the 2,200 meter bands. And I don't know much about those. I've only been operating on 10 through 40 meters, so you know what I need to study, brother. I don't ever know if I'm really going to upgrade, but I'm enjoying reading the book. They say knowledge is power, brother, and they say that you never can have too much knowledge. You can have a little bit too much power, though, Derek. Over. What do you think?
K06 DGX.
When I took the the technician and the general, there was only, I believe, maybe 25 questions. And then I was sitting there in class, and the instructor asked, "Well, you did pretty good. Do you want to take the extra?" I said, "Nah, I don't know if I want to take the extra. That's like 50 questions, and I'm definitely wasn't ready for that. But maybe one day we'll go back and take the extra." Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what? Listen, man, I learned how to listen a long, long time ago. And you know what? I really hope someday that I can meet you. You know what? Before before we got to go on to the next life. And you know what, Derek? Even if I got to wait, if we're standing in line up there waiting to greet St. Peter and have us let us, make sure that we can get in there, that's good. You know what? I can tell you're a very sincere individual, been around the block, love to talk on the radio. I think we got a lot in common. So, and, general class, all this and that. I'm 62 years old. I was born in 1963. I will tell you that I just barely remember the shooting of JFK. And there's a lot of controversy. Did Oswald really shoot him? Was he by himself or whatever? But you know what? I will tell you that I'm glad that I'm this old because I'm thinking of a very, very famous television personality. The name was Walter Cronkite. I can't remember his call, but Walter Cronkite was an amateur radio operator, and I'm just barely old enough, but I remember seeing Walter Cronkite report from the different Vietnam war zones out there. And I thought the world of old Walter Cronkite, the old most trusted man in America there, Derek. Over.
And Jeff, how you can kind of smell the rain coming in. I don't know if it's like that in the big city, but and where I live,
you know, you can kind of smell when the rain's coming, and it's not even on the air. So I'm guessing it's at least an hour away, but you know, it just depends on how the air blows from the ocean. It comes in off the ocean. So far it doesn't smell like rain.
Pulled up now. I'm working on logging you. Should be all good. Now, do me, tell me something. Tell me what car is that? I looked at it real quick and my eyes was blurry. Was that a Charger or oh man, I was gonna say something else. Anyway, what car is on your page, brother? I know that's an old muscle car. Go ahead. N9WFT.
50 miles or 100 miles north, but that's not direct north, you know, as a crow flies. It's just up 101. And usually when the storms come out of the south, they're like an hour or two ahead of us. But now that you mention it, there's a couple of, you know, like Doppler radars I could go and look at and see what it's going to be like. But you know what I'm looking forward to. I used to work in a factory, and we have the same thing happen at home, where you can hear the rain just, you know, pounding on the rug and stuff. And that's such a pleasant sound. Wouldn't you say so? Or does that happen for you, that you could just hear it pounding on the roof, and it starts gentle, and then it comes heavy, and it pours? And back at work, the ladies used to jump up off of their sewing machines and go to the back of the building, and they open the door and check out the downpour. So maybe we'll have one of those before morning. Over to you.
I appreciate that. I copy that. Yeah, that's you know, I was born in the '70s, so that's kind of been one of my I don't know, you know, some folk like Ferraris and Lambos, but that was my dream car.
Yeah, that's hard. And it just was a while. I thought, well, okay, if you're back, I was hard to do. You know, our senior center. But, you know, right inside my window was the rain was coming down there, and I heard it, but it took me a minute to make the connection. It's always interesting to hear a heavy rain come, then it gets lighter, then it gets heavier, and then that it's there's some ball player here swing his bat for the Dodgers, and the bat flew into the dugout along the third strike. But yeah, thankfully I hope nobody got hurt. That was actually in the well there for the photographers, I think. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, what I do is I have two tablets up, and one has the weather radar for the West Coast, and the other one is just a weather station that I connect remotely to the program's called Weather Station of all things. And then you can choose where there's a whole list of weather monitoring stations you can connect to with it. So I have one at a local airport across the bay from me that gives you wind speed and temperature and barometric pressure, and plus it gives you the weather forecast for the next 10 days. So it's pretty nice. Back to you.
WFT, this is KR4 DJY. I'm clear. Warmer in the day, but anyways, hey, I ain't talked to Chef here. I've made a keyside with you about 2 months ago, so we talked before. I recognized the voice, but good night. It's like time flies by, you never know. It's like 1 minute you're talking to somebody, and next thing you know, you haven't talked to them for a while.
Accurate information, because those little devices are tied into, you know, the satellites and stuff, because you know, it might make a decision whether to ascend or descend, because they might get froze to death, that kind of thing. But with the weather that you've had up there today, Jeff, off of the bay, how far are you inland? I'm about 10 miles from the Pacific Ocean, so how far are you inland, and how much does it affect your direct weather?
I talked to Indonesia. Shoot, talked to my guy in northern New Mexico. And then I made a brand new friend in North Carolina, and now I'm talking to Africa. You know what? Life is good. Now, I'll tell you what, brother, if I was still working 27 megahertz stroke 11 meters, I don't think I'd be able to talk to you right now, my friend. Over. How about that?
I'm retired, so I don't have to get out in the hot weather too much. So I did go out there and go to the YMCA for a while and did get a couple of things, but it's not as bad as it was this summer. But yeah, as I say, I'm not throw you off frequency for a minute. But yeah, I was saying we did talk. But I don't log DMR calls, so I don't know when it was we talked.
In my phone again. Yes, it's good like DMR digital modes is making it possible for a lot of guys who don't have the HF means like me in the flat. I have a lot of people around me, so it's doing it for me at the moment. And it's a lovely rest, sleep. And you're going to sleep, I'm going to work. Like I said, I see it's feeding fish outside today. Okay. But thank you, Dan, here from Zulu Romeo 3 Victor Oscar.
Zulu Romeo, number 3, Victor Oscar. You know what? It always does my heart good to hear you, man. And you know what? You are right, my friend. Listen, DMR, especially the DMR Talk Group 91 or Brandmeister 91 Talk Group, it is the great equalizer. You know I get it. You know what? Now, I am allowed antennas, but nothing outside, sir. All my antennas are indoors. I got a little indoor telescopic tunable whip. Right now it works real good on 10 through 10, 15, and 20. Maybe I can get out there in one of the other ones, but it works real good on 10, 15, and 20. And I can access my, 3 repeaters on my indoor 2-meter 3-element Yagi. But then when my repeaters are quiet, when propagation is bad, I know that I can always get out there and talk to somebody. And you know what? I always have to get to laughing because you know what? Whenever it's night here, it's usually daytime there. You know what? And I got to giggle because every time you're starting your day when we're talking and my day's wrapping up. Hey, God bless you, my friend. Hey, listen. Now, as I was going to sign, you know what? I think I'm going to sign here and be quiet for a minute. God bless you, Zane. Man, thank you for being my friend. I can't believe, well, actually, I can. Due to the advent of this VOIP on the DMR Brandmeister 91, I'm talking to you on a 5-watt walkie-talkie, and I'm talking all the way to Africa. Of course, the VOIP helps. And you know what? If it wasn't for being on DMR, I wouldn't have friends all over the world. Hey, God bless you, my friend. Hey, listen, I am going to get you logged up here real quick. If you log me, great. If you don't log me, because you know what? I'm going to hear that outstanding, distinct voice. I sure I am in the future. Hey, God bless you, sir. I want to wish you and your family the very best from Central Illinois. And I will work you down the line, my friend. Zulu Romeo 3 Victor Delta N9 WFT. I hate to be so short, but I did have a previous contact, so I got to get on out of here. 73 Zane, and I will be listening for your final N9 WFT sign.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. I'm going to be pulling up my computer and getting into some of those weather platforms and stuff that we were talking about earlier. But it's fun to look at some of those, I guess Google Maps or whatever, and you can explore. Say you're planning a camping trip or a road trip or whatever, you can really get to look at stuff before you get there. So that's going to be one of the places I definitely want to look at for my next vacation or road trip or exploration with my wife, and that would be crossing the Golden Gate. But the other places like 395 highway, if you ever go out that ways, have you ever been to Mono Lake or Tioga Pass?
CW club, but I just don't got the time to do their classes. That's just me, but I heard they're really good, but who's got time? I would say, yeah, go for it.
Just past the flatlands, so to speak, in the gold rush areas, gold rush towns and that. That's a nice place to go too, to go drive up. I don't remember what the highway is, but there's a highway that goes right through the gold rush towns, and it's very near to them, so you can have a pretty nice, you can have fun with that. In that, though, one of them, China camp, got burned up pretty good in this last fire they had, but all in all, it's well worth going up to the gold country, which I really liked.
3, good evening, and thank you. Late 80s, and I just got away from it and got back into it a few months ago. But yeah, it does take some work, and I think just almost everybody can learn it. You just have to, get the best. What's best for you personally to pick up on the code. And I do think a straight key is a better way to get started. But I do think you ought to start listening to it faster than 5. Start listening to it about 15, so you can build the, get your character recognition to start with.
But up in that country, Jeff, on the Western Sierra, Mark Twain, he spent part of his life there, and he had a cabin up there. And then when he returned back to the civilization on the east of the Rockies, he reported famously that the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. But Mark Twain was out there, and we got to see his cabin. It's funny, you go up the road to see his cabin, and it's preserved, and it's like it's actually got a little asphalt road around it. But then there's like these little ranchettes, right there, and with their driveways and stuff. So it's a little bit different to see a mailbox next to a real live mailbox that somebody's using right now next to the ancient, not ancient, but a few hundred years old Mark Twain's cabin.
That's fine and dandy. That's the best part. If you want to go for that, go for it. And that.
I'm interested in that. Never thought about going to his cabin. I was unaware of that. But I just wrote down Mark Twain, so I'm going to see if I can download some of his books. And in that, it's they're all in the public domain for quite a while. Actually, Mark Twain went to Jerusalem. It's the first time I read about that. I didn't know that either, that he went there. But he's a really interesting writer, and The Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, I think that's one of his books out there in that. But, I'm going to have to read a biography on him. He's one of those interesting guys, and I'm glad you brought that up.
And we're in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, 30 miles north of Boston. And you're coming in great. Go ahead.
But I just, I load it. That out there. I don't have my phone in front of me. I haven't used it very much, but it's out there. I listen to it most of the time I listen to quite a bit of it on YouTube. Somebody be working Poland or something like that, and I'll go out there and listen to them working. There are also videos on YouTube where they're sending, just about any speed you want to copy, 15, 10, 20, 30, and they'll just send about 500 words. You can talk a lot about, some are 2 or 3 hours long. If you want to sit and do 30 minutes, you can do that and stop and, whenever you get tired, get away from it,
And how, you're not going to be hearing much slang, colloquialisms, but you're going to be hearing some really eloquent words that paint a picture. So good luck, Jeff. Look up some Mark Twain. He did have a cabin up there in the Sierras. So maybe you make a little road trip up there to enjoy that. And definitely order some of his books or print them out or however they do it modern-wise. Just read them on your computer while Rocky's bouncing around out there on your porch with his friends. Yeah, I do recommend that, man. Mark Twain was an amazing cat, piece of history, and it's funny because, I mean, for me in our household, that my wife is so bonded with him because he came right out of, the river that she lived on. He was born like just upstream a little ways. KO60 over to you.
Page, so you can email the information for this contact and any other ones we might have had to him, and he'll
Recently, I just saw him recently about that article about him going to Jerusalem, and he thought that the quote he made is that how travel broadens you when you go to other countries. And I thought that was interesting, But yeah, I'd love to read his biography too, because he was an interesting guy, character, and yeah. Yeah, you got that going. It's really cool if you go onto the internet and you do a name of a book and then you do a space PDF. A lot of times you can get a PDF of the book that's out there and download it. And that's really good for the older books, But on any subject you can think of, a lot of times you can get PDFs of the books themselves pretty easily.
I think KMR not. I'm trying. No, that's someone else. That's Mike. Never mind. I'm trying to think. He makes the antennas. I forgot his name. But anyways, he's this brand new his Morse code kit thing, or like it's called a handshake portable thing. It was pretty cool. His brain had like a old cigar box and store everything he needed in that box. I'm like, wow, a little transceiver, this and that, just to go. I said, that's pretty neat.
So, is that all you got to do? You don't have to print a page.
And I'm in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Back to you.
A lot of people can put everything that they do on POTA in a backpack. They put a wire antenna and they get a small transceiver, a small battery, a small set of paddles or straight key, and put everything in a backpack, and they need to do CW. I thought about doing that, but I don't know that I'd go out to the park that much when it's really hot or really cold, so I haven't done that. I'm working off of my base station, but I thought about buying a Zygo radio, which is 30 watts, 25 watts, I think, and I think it's called a JPC 12 antenna, which is a vertical. But I haven't done that. I'm still thinking about it.
Not so savvy, but glad I got to bring up Mark Twain and do dive into it. He's got so much out there, so many things he wrote about, and there was a guy, he might be still with us, an actor named Hal Holbrook. He had a cool part in the movie Midway. He was an intelligence officer that broke the code that allowed them to shoot down the enemy general, I guess. I forgot his name. But so anyway, Hal Holbrook, he did this play that was where he portrayed Mark Twain because he looked like him, he could sound just like him. So it was a really cool play. Same, in your studies or curiosity over Mark Twain, you might take a look at Hal Holbrook portraying Mark Twain. Mark Twain getting tired, dude. So Mark Twain. Anyways, he portrayed that dude who was such a good writer, Mark Twain. So I'll turn it over to you for comment, and then I'll be seeing 7-3 very soon. And nice talking to you again, my friend.
We're matching units, as I understand. But there's one guy, Waves, and which is I can't remember his call sign now. Coastal Waves. That's all he ever uses it as Zygo. And he works sideband and works a lot of DX on them, almost 25 watts. They're good radios.
Like I say, you can email Mario VE6DIL the information that you log for the contact, and he'll enter it in for me. You'll see his email address on my page. Thank you, and we will talk again. This is KY1B.
KO6KHK, QSO.
KY1B, KR4 DJY, 73.
But he does his own, antennas and whips or long wires or whatever. That's what he's really into, and like you said, he almost always uses his high gain. But I know he's got. Last time I saw something, I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I saw him, he had another little transceiver of some kind, but I know he bought a new Zygo. He wore one and totally out. He bought another one. In for a QO.
Man, good to hear from you. KY1B.
It's not an invitation. Yeah, he made an antenna somewhere in another country with tape measures on my goodness. Now the G90, I was testing it out. This is no joke. I've bought some connectors to try to tune something. I said, let's see if this thing will tune a spatula. So I tried it. I could hear stuff coming in. I said, well, I could hear FT8. I could hear people talking. I said, I can't transmit yet because I said, I may need to get something to ground it a little bit. And I was shocked where I said, I could actually hear this thing coming through that darn spatula. I just started laughing.
7 nights and now. Where to gamble on that, the talk holiday and all that. So back to you.
It does real good. I think you might have one of these too, brother, but I don't remember, so refresh my memory, all right? NIWFT.
For the time, a small man didn't necessarily always rely on judge and jury, so it's interesting to see how that played out back then. I'm not going to keep you too much because I don't want my haze being in there. I feel like I'm probably not transmitting the best, but thanks for the conversation. I'll be clear on your final. KO6KHK.
Cancel, I guess. I don't know. Jerry Kimball. Thanks for calling. Hard to understand what you're saying, but there's some good biographies on Wyatt Earp, and it's kind of there's definitely shades of gray with him. The movies portray him as one way, but if you look at the history of him, there's a lot of shades of gray with him and the stuff that he did. He didn't necessarily stay on the law, but he actually was, an outlaw, not an outlaw, but he was, kind of a unique person. Trying to figure out a good way of putting it. But he did stuff that wasn't maybe too legal also. So, this is really interesting what happened if you read a really good book on him, which I don't remember any right now. 86MB.
That is not a filled one because that one's got a little bit of weight to it. Not a whole lot of weight, but a filled one is not supposed to have a lot of weight. It should be called a portable one, not a filled one. I think some people said something like that. Leave my window just open because the bugs are going to fly in all over the place, and that's not my favorite. But I got a screen up here. I got a fan going. It's all good. And it's about 68 outside, so that's going to make it. In here, probably about 65 is really nice, man. I'm going to tell you that looking here at 10:41 p.m. local time, we'll tell you that I made a few contacts on my local repeaters this evening, and I did get a 3 for POTA Park, so that should bring me up around 1,357, which is still a far cry from the 1,500 required for the next POTA award. I sure am glad, brother, that I don't know, it's been, brother, I'm going to guess probably 4 or 5 months ago, but you did get my card, so you got Illinois. And you know what? Maybe sometime you can get somebody sit down with you and see what everything that you're qualifying for. I know that you're trying to get whatever awards are out there. Hey, Joy, man, listen, I just want to reach out and say hello like my friend Derek did. And I want to concur with Derek, man. Your audio was fantastic. 1701 to 1701. Yes, there is a VOIP in between it. And hey, I want to tell you one more thing. There's a friend of mine that came over from the Peoria Club, Peoria, Illinois Club, and he brought me an extra study guide. Now, I don't know how serious I am about upgrading, but I read the first chapter. I read the theory in it, and there were 10 practice questions at the end. Want to see how much of that theory that you retain. I got 90%. I mean, I got 9 of them right out of 10. But I'm going to go back because I did miss one question. It was about the 630 and the 2,200 meter band there. But you know what? The book is good until 2028, so I got a few years. So
Okay, you might have timed out there or whatever, but
have a great day. Wishing you many contacts. N9WFT, my brother, I will be clear listening for your fine load.
Hey, 698, Papa 1.
KY1B and 9WFT. Hey, brother, I think that there's another station might be on an HT. I know that HT has to key up to access the VOIP system here. Joey, in case you didn't hear me, I'm signing off, brother. Bird 73, and I'll talk to you later, Joey. KY1B and 9WFT sign.
Night. You're going to hurt yourself. Yeah, that's what we call you to cook safety. RJ to the rescue. I'd have to rescue myself first. Well, anyway, so that's it for the evening. Yeah, very good. Good deal, man. Yeah, I just turned in a little photo project and got some good grades on it. So I'm happy. On to the next project.
Oh, very good. I'm proud of you, RJ. Good job. On the move. Moving. Are you retired or what's going on? I'm trying to be like RJ. I'm semi-retired. But yes, through this intersection. Back in a minute.
Good evening, this is Kilo Papa 4, Echo Papa Sierra. Looking anyone for contact, any call, anyone, anywhere, standing by.
Alright. Well, that Golden computer, New York is coming in here pretty good tonight again.
Channel switching in progress.
Okay, just clear. This is a Golden New York on 444 100. It's going in nice and strong here.
Juliet Tango Bravo N9WFT, brother. I hope I ain't busting into your QSO. Anyway, John, N9 with you forever talker.
Appreciate it. I heard you say cold computer is all dirt. By the way, how am I getting into the 44375 and shit? Horrible. Can't even copy my call. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a little bit out of the way, but pretty good.
JTB, K1JTB, N9WFT, sir. N9WFT sign, nothing heard.
KM6AVHKO6TGX.
It's true anyway. I knew who 99 was.
I think it's called, I'm lollygagging. What were the other words I learned? Lollygagging. Anyways, I'm just doing stuff that's purely related to leisure. And had a nice kiss out with some hams earlier. But I'm looking at guitars online. Or do you play guitar? And do you sometimes get mesmerized by guitars?
Guitar porn. Oh yeah, you can get addicted to it. I get addicted to camera porn.
Ken, what's crazy about all that is your computer learns about your behavior. So you're going to go check an email or you're going to go do a little bit of work, and all of a sudden your computer knows, like, look at this nylon string Ivan has acoustic electric guitar that is, like, so absolutely beautiful. And then it shows me a Cordova. Then it shows me a Martin. Then it shows me a Gibson. And then, oh my God! And I I can't help myself. I have to look at them all. And then, you know what, though? Bottom line, it does inspire me. Makes me go back to my own collection every evening. Like I'm probably going to do in a little bit. It's getting late. But so I just plug in my guitars and play and strum. I'm like, it's just fun. It's relaxing, and it's good for the brain. I think, RJ, definitely good for the brain as people grow older and get elderly and all that stuff. Man, you keep your chops up, and it's going to help you. Are you doing a vlog about all your guitars? You got yourself a YouTube channel talking about all your guitars? That'd be a good challenge. If you got a collection, you should be talking about them. See,
Illinois calling.
Hey, the group suggested, and I was just thinking when you first said it, I'm thinking like, well, I'm like an ordinary Joe, man. I mean, there's guitars out there that are worth so much money, and then people realize that, so they throw them up on eBay or Amazon or whatever it is, and there's this like 1962 guitar all scratched up, or 1952, and then it's on eBay for $9,000. So I got to tell you something, RJ. I have this one guitar that is such a mystery. It's such a sweet little guitar. It's like I bought it in the 80s, and I thought it was a Les Paul Junior, but I realized there's no markings on it. It looks just like a Les Paul, but it's twice as thin, and it's cherry red, and it has one pickup, one humbucking pickup, and then, there's no switches, just a knob for tone and volume. And so this thing is a sweet player, man. It plays so sweet, and I actually sent it back to Nashville, Tennessee, where it was born. It was built in USA in Nashville, Tennessee by Gibson, and they did a thorough retuning and making sure everything is intonation. They basically came back and said, this guitar works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And so I love playing that guitar. But this is the thing. This is the mystery, RJ, is I researched its serial number. And there's no markings. It's not a Melody Maker. It's not a Les Paul Jr. It's not a Les Paul. It's unindicated on the headstock. And then the other thing is I researched it deeply by its serial number. So it turns out this one particular guitar was built in 1986 on New Year's Eve. So it makes me wonder, how many people are working in the factory on New Year's Eve for this guitar to be undesignated? Anyway, I think it's super rare. I'm hoping to figure out what it's worth. If it's over $10,000, to buy a guitar. But anyways, back to you.
Trying to figure out how to program it. And times have evolved. This was made something different about it. I'm going to be able to receive. I can hear on it. But it won't transmit or key up my hotspot at all. I've got my dashboard up and everything, and I can see it and I can hear it, but I got to remember what I got to put in the programming software to get it to transmit. And it's not about the frequencies. The frequencies are good, and they got received. It's a little button, I guess. I don't know what it is. I remember the first time I tried to program it. I'm not even joking. I think it took me 3 weeks to program it. I was working on it all the time. There's something different about the G77, but once you get them rolling, they're great radios. All right, Dan, back to you from KAWGP.
Great Whiskey Gulf Papa from N9WFT. I will tell you, Mr. Randy, sounded fantastic from Pontiac, Michigan. You know what? I recently learned that OpenGD77, I think they shut that thing down. I don't know what's going on, the site or whatever is I don't know, they took it down or something. I don't know what happened, but you can still get access to it. I will tell you, I didn't program this. There was a buddy of mine that actually ordered this DM17014 for me, and he programmed it all up, with the OpenGD77. And matter of fact, the guy that did it for me, sir, I saw him at the house today, and I asked him if he wouldn't mind getting me some kind of a little owner's manual type thing for the OpenGD77. Now, this is way, way overkill for what I need. But you know what? If I can increase my knowledge, then I can unlock more of the features of this OpenGD77. Now, I will tell you, one of the features that I know about is the OpenGD77. It will track the satellites. As the frequency changes when that satellite is going overhead, it'll do that. But man, I wish I could help you. But I'm only about smart enough to push the button and modulate the carrier here to get into VoIP. What you might need to do, you might need to Google the OpenGD77 or see if there's any specific groups that are specific. Their deal is the OpenGD77, and submit a question maybe online or something. Over.
Whatever is on your mind before I turn you loose.
The OpenGD77 software is, I'm not even sure why it's got that name. It's adaptable to 10 different radios. That's why it's open, because it's open source for them multiple different radios. As far as why they call it GD77, I don't have a clue. No, what I'm talking about is I have an original GD77 radio, or the long, highly popular GD77 open software. Now, that's just the software, the firmware, excuse me, I'm not a computer guy. I have the firmware, I got a radio with the original firmware. It was an original solid radio from 6 years ago. And I'm not even, to get the OpenGD77, you have to read flash memories and all this other stuff. I'm not even playing with the OpenGD77. I'm just talking about the basic getting the classic GD77 radio to run on the original system. Like I said, I've gotten them to connect to my Pi-Star by listening, but I won't key it up. And it's just a matter of somewhere in the menu settings or clicking a button, but like you, I know how to key up a lot of radios and I know how to connect the flagpole, make it done, but all this computer stuff, I don't quite get it. So I'll figure it out, and who knows, by the time I say it a few times, say, listen, I'll key up there before we're done, maybe. But alright, Dan, I'll pass it back to you for 109WPKWG2.
Did take some notes. I said Randy was talking about the Gulf Delta 77 radio. Okay. That's a brand new one on me. I never ever did claim to know nothing because, well, you know what? I don't. So it'll give me something to research. But you know what? I'm thinking that you're probably going to get her figured out and get that thing to where it's working. And you know what? You're sounding really good here. Hey, listen, I'm going to have to step away from the radio. I got a couple things I'm going to do. Randy, I did log you. If you can stick me in the log, that'll be great. If you can't log me, hey, that's fine, brother. I know we're going to talk again. We could almost stick our heads out the window and yell at each other. You there in Pontiac, Michigan, and being here in central Illinois. Hey, Randy, thanks for the call, my friend. God bless you. You know what? I'm praying for you and your family. Stand tall and keep up in the faith, my friend, and I know that we're going to talk again. Kilo 8, Whiskey Golf Papa, N9 WFT. I'll be clear for now. I'm listening for your final, sir.
Got you out there, RJ. hope you have a pleasant rest of your evening, and I'm listening for any comments. I'm not running off or anything, but it's getting a little late, so just want to turn it over to you.
Well, he definitely has all of our backs. We just have to thank him for it. And I have definitely learned to do that. So, yeah, check him out. Watch the YouTube video on him. CD77 radios. Like I said, I don't know when it originally was made, and I bought mine at least 6 years ago. We'll put it like this. Everyone's used to everyone's call sign flashing on the screen. This screen's so basic, there is no call sign to flash on the screen. All it shows when someone keys up is their GMR ID number. It doesn't even put a call sign on the screen. So, classic good solid radio, but I do remember it was a pain to get to work the first time, so we'll get to work again. Alright, Dan, 7-3, God bless, we'll catch you later. And then WFT, this is K8WGP, and I'll be monitoring here on 91.
For my radio, my hotspot just switched back into 93. Kind of weird. I think I have to log out of it and then log back into 93 there. There you go. What's going on with you?
I got pictures in front of the thing. I'm seeing various models.
Is NW8Y.
Oh, there you go. What you got going on then? Just sitting there listening, or I don't know what it does because I'm in the other group, and then when I come back to 93, it just shows a busy sound, and then I don't know if I funk in there like 2 or 3 times.
John, I'll turn it back to you. NW8Y from K8WGP.
A disconnect code, which is 4,000 on most radios. Then it will shut down the talk group you're on and connect you to the new one.
It does look more like an old school commercial band type radio. DISP is a literally display. So that will change the information displayed on the screen, or it will turn on the display panel light maybe, or it might turn on or off what's on the display. But I think it's going to be an information thing. It'll switch in between maybe frequencies or channels or channel names. There's a down and up channel monitor. So MON is a monitor, which is basically you push that button and it defeats the squelch and listens to if it's on a reverse pair, like a repeater pair. It would probably go to reverse and listen to the input frequency. And or if you're on simplex, it would likely just be a button you push to drop and defeat the squelch momentarily without adjusting it. PRL? Oh, sorry, that's PRI. That's your priority channel program. PRG. I guess that would be for possibly programming, scanning modes or banks of what channels you want to scan, perhaps. That's a good question, though.
Interlingua in Pearsall, Texas, so makes it difficult without the cell phone. But thank you for coming back at me. I really appreciate it. How does the audio sound? I'm just using a Pi Zero with a NMDVM dual hat right now. But it's set up in simplex mode.
A few others, but I hardly ever seem to see anybody on those channels.
Friends put on it, but yeah, that's interesting though. It's you guys haven't heard of it. Yeah, it's rare radio. But I am interested in getting it working to see if it can work.
You can run with PyStar that allows you to use a DSI screen that you would need like a next-gen screen to run a hotspot like this. But this is actually a touchscreen LCD that I ordered off of AliExpress with a Pi. I want to say it's a Pi 4, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I got it all set up for them, tested it out, ran the script, and it allows you to run your dashboard literally off of the screen, and be able to tap different areas on the dashboard for you to just get different like names and stuff of who you're talking to, who you talk to, and all that good stuff. It's a really long script, but it worked. So I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad you're able to hear me.